Alright, here's my pile of monkey run shit that I'm going to go through real quick. I'll go with the COVID stuff first, and I don't know if I was going to necessarily bring all this stuff, but it's kind of what I bought so far. I bought some of these jars where you could, put, say, some kind of alcohol or something in them in case you want to spray something down. This is stuff that I added after the, when I thought I might go. This is where you could put some hand sanitizer in little jars. This is not COVID stuff, but I got some stuff for high altitude sickness and malaria that I got from the travel health thing. I also got a shot for what did I get? Yellow fever. I got a yellow fever shot too. And here's some smaller containers for the medicine. I thought I might try to get rid of the big ones. Also, COVID supplies are a pair of goggles. Thought I might wear those just on the plane, probably. Also, I had these already. They're I'm not going to wouldn't bring them all anyway, but they're the N95 mask for the plane ride. Basically, is what I was planning on. Of course, none of this is legit anymore. Again, prevention thing. This is, you spray this on your clothes. Apparently, keeps the mosquitoes from biting through your clothes. I don't know. Somebody said I should get that. Spot tracker. I got this. I didn't buy the subscription, but I got this used off eBay for pretty cheap. The subscription costs almost as much as the thing, I think. Oh, that basically just puts your location out there. This stuff is if you get diarrhea, you can take this, rehydration stuff. I don't know if I'd take all that or not. Smaller thing of toothpaste. I'm doing a carry-on, and so I got to have carry-on sizes. And this is my carry-on basically, and also the thing I was going to strap onto the back of the bike. It's 55 liter. It's actually bigger than a carry-on if you fold it over just like 2 or 3 times. But if you fold it over like 1 or 2 more times, it's 22 inches high. And although it's fatter than a carry-on supposed to be, if you don't pack it full, I think it'll be legit for a carry-on. And all I was going to do is a carry-on. So that's it. I was going to do a carry-on and then I was going to carry this helmet, which I didn't even take out of the box yet. It's just basically a cheapo helmet on that I got off of eBay. Same helmet I had in Romania, but I sold the one I had in Romania, and as I had to buy a new one. And keep going here with the motorcycle stuff. This is a pair of gloves. I found it. I wore my leather jacket and a pair of gloves every time I got, and my helmet, of course, every time I got on the bike in Romania. And I had this in Romania, and I didn't sell it. It's got some magnets on it, and it magnets onto the tank. And I found it really useful to, you could put your phone in there, and you could put a bottle of water or whatever you need to have quick access to right in the pouch thing. So that worked out pretty good. You could put some in here. The unfortunate thing was it had a rain fly that fit over it, but I lost that somewhere on the road in Romania. So if you have something in there, as long as doesn't have to stay dry, it's pretty good. Talking about staying dry, this little pouch came with the big 55 liter bag for your phone, so I could stick it in that, and that way I could pull my phone out in the rain and still use it, apparently. I don't know. I've never used one of those before. Smaller thing of deodorant. I bought these, although I'm not so sure I would get around to changing a tire. I was going to buy some goop at the starting line and just use that if possible, but I did get these, and it's important to get the ones with the crooked neck on them. See how that's crooked? If you get a straight one, it's going to be a pain in the ass, because I did that in Romania and it wasn't so good. I'm not sure if I was going to. These are actually the tools I need. But I haven't really concentrated on this, but I did throw these in the box. This is a thing you mount on your, and I did this in Romania, it worked pretty good. you have power. Then you have 12 volt there, and you also have USB right here, and you turn it on and off. And what I did is just hooked it up to the battery directly, and put some zip ties to hold the wire, and then I took it off. It came off pretty easily when I got to the finish line in Romania. I don't have my boots here, but I have a pair of boots. They're like, like tactical boots or whatever, and I want to be able to take them off. And this is the smallest pair of shoes I could get. They're very light and small, so packing them won't take much room, but I really want to get out of my boots. In Romania, I didn't have any other shoes, so basically I stayed in my boots in the evening, and it was like, oh God, I really want these off. So I've got a little something there for comfort. DEET. Cheapo, emergency only water purifier. I figured that we'll get to it, but I'm going to have a way to carry some water with me. So we go to any kind of a 7-Eleven-ish store, I'll be able to buy water, and I think I'll be able to carry it. This is a piece of wood, obviously, and it's about the size of a carry-on. So I'm going to put it in the bottom of that big bag I showed you before, and it's going to come off out of the bag, and it's going to get zip tied onto the back of the bike where the little teeny luggage rack is. And that way, when I take the big 55-liter plastic, or not, but waterproof bag, and lay it on here, it'll dangle off either side. But I'm gonna get it fastened on there. But I have some straps. A funnel. I haven't thought through this completely. I think I need a coffee filter or something, but I figured I had this funnel. This one crushes down pretty small, so I might be able to get that in there. I thought maybe I could put some fuel at a reliable gas station in my my saddlebags. So this, I'm not going to unfold this, but well, I might as well unfold it. Not going anywhere. So this is a saddlebag that I bought off eBay, but I modified it because it was a lot wider than it needed to be. This is about the width of the seat, and it's tapered so that when it goes on the seat, it'll hang like this, and so it'll be level. I had it in Romania, and it was hanging really low and got in the way of your foot peg, and so you couldn't put your feet on the pegs. This will be higher, and what I figured I'd use this for is, there's plenty of room in there for water, and maybe put water on the exhaust side where it might get hot, and put the fuel on the other side where it, if we need, I guess in this particular adventure, the distance between gas stations near the end of the route might be pretty far, and you might end up with trying to get gas in a kind of shady location where they can give you some dirt, water, whatever, which is kind of the reason I had the funnel and the coffee filter. And so we're getting down to the end here. The kettlebell, I decided I would not bring the kettlebell. It's a little bit on the heavy side. It's 50 pounds, and I thought I'd just leave that at home. I got a paper map. I don't think I'll bring it. Box for soap, because last time I was putting it in and out of a little plastic bag and it's a pain in the ass. I figured that's worth it. This is a tent. It's got some poles in it. It'll fit in the carry-on. I had it in Romania. I strapped it on the front of the bike on the forks. Never used it, which is good, because I plan on trying to find an indoor place to sleep. And if I get caught out, then at least I've got it. But and I've got something that isn't here too. Another thing that isn't here that I'm gonna have to go grab. This is Badge Magic. It's a way to stick a badge on a piece of, clothing if you don't want to sew. Last, it's still here, and I have to go retrieve a couple of other things. I figured that if I was on, this is also COVID kind of thing. I figured that I wasn't going to eat anything that was handed to me on an airplane, because I was going to be paranoid about that. So I got these little cups with the lids on them. So I figured that what I'd do is, before I left home for my airplane ride, I would fill these up with my snacks, and then I would have that, and then I'd I also have a water bottle that I'm not showing here. So let's see, I got a couple things to show. Hang on a second. All right, so these are the straps I was talking about. They're just nylon, I guess, or whatever. They have good click on them, and you get them hooked onto their bike, and then you can yank this sucker and pull it down really tight, which is you don't need bungees. That's been well publicized. You need something like this. This worked good in Romania. Once I snugged this down, what was dangling off the back of the bike stayed and didn't end up on the road like the people with bungees and stuff. Okay, and finally, a couple last things. I had this in Romania and brought it home, and I never needed it because it went along with the tent, and I didn't use the tent. So if I ever have to get caught out and jump in my tent, at least I don't have to sleep on the ground. And this is like $3 or something, So, if it lasts just one night, that's probably all I need it for. I know it's going to be a pain in the neck to blow up, but it's better than sleeping on the ground. And finally, I thought I'd just show you the boot that I got. It's just a cheap boot that I got. Not highly expensive, but it was good enough for the job. And I think that with protective gear when you're riding is just a good idea. So I didn't have complete protective gear, but I did try to be conscientious of protecting myself in places where I could. So that's it.